Get ready with me while we answer all the questions that you had in my Q&A box. Is that a little better? Does it give you the illusion that I have my life together? Alright, I actually took a break. I had some pizza with my kids and my son is home from school. But now we're really ready. I guess I'll introduce myself for people who don't know who I am. If you're just coming here from YouTube and you're like, who the heck is this girl? Well, hello, I'm Chelsea. I'm a 31-year-old mom of 3 and I live in Phoenix, Arizona. I started posting online for fun. Well, I wouldn't call it fun. I was going through postpartum depression after my 3rd baby was born and I was like, well, what better way to find community and talk about what I'm going through than social media? So that's what I did. And people resonated and it took off and here we are. First one is, would you want to move from California? And the answer is, well, I don't live there. I guess I could answer that for Arizona. Would I want to move from Arizona? The answer is yes, climate-wise. In a heartbeat I would. Derek actually likes it here. I cannot stand the summers. It's brutal right now. Like it's 100, we get to 120. We can't go outside and have fun. I would like to live somewhere with a little more like different seasons than just summer and hotter summer. But our winters are unmatched here, so I guess I'll take that. But it is nice having all the family and support, so I probably wouldn't want to give that up actually. Okay, next one is, I always thought I wanted 3 to 4 kids, but I have 1 and I don't know if I can do it all again. Should I? I guess well, it depends where you're at. Like, do you have 1? Do you have 2 right now? That is a big choice and it's a personal choice, so I can't tell you what to do. I always thought I was gonna have 4 or 5 kids and now I realize 3 is my max. But I feel like if you feel uneasy about it, you're not sure if you're done, then that might be a sign that you're not done. Like, that's how I looked at it. If I wasn't feeling confident in my decision, if I was still thinking like, what if? And if it was only fear holding me back, then I had to remind myself, I can do this. I can do anything. Like, you'll never regret another kid. So as long as it makes sense financially, can you do it? Can we make this work? And you're still feeling doubts mostly out of fear, then I would say go for it, because you'll figure it out like you always do. We always figure it out and it's always an adjustment, but you get it. I'm so glad we had our 3rd. I think back when we thought maybe we were done at 2 and I'm like, oh my gosh, I wouldn't have my daughter. I'm very glad that we didn't stop. But I will say I could not mentally do a 4th. My husband has been trying to convince me to do a 4th and this baby making factory is done. The shop is closed. Like, I just don't think I can mentally do another postpartum. That's the hardest part for me. Would you ever consider putting out a workout training guide? Okay, so I am an ex-personal trainer. I say that like it's a bad thing, like former personal trainer. I loved it so much. I have all the knowledge and I still love it. Like, it's my passion. So I am actually planning to come out with some sort of like busy moms lifting workout guide. I think that would be really fun and really beneficial for moms. Then I get to share my passion with you guys. But I'm also like very chill about it. Like, I realize there's so much more to life than having a 6-pack. It's so unrealistic to even have the expectation of having a 6-pack more than a couple months throughout the year. That's what you don't see. Oh, this is a fun one. What are your sun, moon, and rising? My sun, I'm a Virgo. I heavily identify with all the Virgo things. And then I just learned about my rising and what was it? And my moon recently. My rising is a Pisces, which is kind of funny because there's so many Pisces in my family and I'm married to a Pisces. So I don't know if that actually, like, horoscope girlies, you'll have to tell me, is that a thing? Is that why I'm drawn to Pisces? Because it's my rising? I don't know. But I feel like Pisces is so opposite of what a Virgo is, so it's like I have some disconnect in me somewhere. But my moon is Gemini. I'm not like super into it to where I actually know how that impacts me. I know it's like how my emotions are, but I don't know what that means. If you know, explain it to me, please. Did you complete the 40-pound weight loss? I had a 40-pound weight loss after my 3rd baby because that was like to get me down to where I'm at a comfortable weight. And the answer is no, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I'm not in any rush. Would it be nice? Yeah, of course, but I also just finished weaning her and I don't really lose the weight until I'm done weaning, so I might start seeing that weight loss now. But I always hold on to like the last 10-15 pounds until I wean, so I feel like now is the time that I'll actually be able to lose that last 10 pounds. But I'm not mad about it. I still feel really strong. I feel good. I feel confident. Oh my gosh, that was way too much. The answer is it's in progress. Oh my gosh. I'm Pikachu. Any advice for moms entering the toddler era? I feel like some people thrive in newborn life and some people thrive with toddler life, and I am a toddler mom for sure. I love seeing their personality come through. They're so silly and funny, and their little personalities are the cutest thing ever. My first advice would be baby-proof everything. Have so much patience with yourself and with them, because their job is to test your patience and see how much they can get away with. So don't think there's anything wrong with them or with you. It's their job. Your job is just to provide structure and support while they navigate this world. But have fun, enjoy their little personalities. I think it's so much fun. But yeah, they're gonna have tantrums. We also have tantrums frequently, if you think about it. Adults have tantrums when we start screaming over stupid things. So just give them some grace, just like we need to. How long did it take for you to start earning a living on here? I'm a stay-at-home mom and want to start. It took me till I started posting on Instagram, and I had to get probably around 20K, and then I started seeing some decent brand deals coming in. But I also didn't know my worth, I didn't know how to negotiate, so there was a lot at play. I feel like for me personally, TikTok brought me nothing. You have to have millions, I feel like, in order to even make money over there, to make good money over there. With Instagram, I felt like that was more where the money is, that's where the ads were. If you feel like you have something to share, then share it. And once you see that money rolling in, it is definitely worth it. You're like, why did I wait so long? I'm thinking back to myself like, I should have started 10 years ago. But I let fear hold me back and embarrassment hold me back, and now I just don't care. How's your life been lately with your husband home more often? It's been such an extreme shift going from being, I was solo parenting 24/7 to now he's home with us 24/7. So it's like, whoa. I feel like it's a little whiplash. But it's been great, and it's been so fun having him home with the kids, and now he gets to help with all the like duties and household duties and parenting duties, and it's not just all on me, so that is awesome. And I also have work time. Like I'm like right now I don't have kids around me because he's here to watch them. I don't have to hope that either my mom can come over or his mom. He's just being a dad. So it's kind of a different change of pace. Like he's being stay-at-home dad, and like I'm still stay-at-home mom, but I'm also taking like a few days a week to focus solely on like content and trying to build my own business. So it's like it's my turn. I get to have time to do something for me. Still waiting on what's gonna happen with his school and plans, so TBD there. Were you born in Arizona? What part of Arizona do you live in? I was born in Arizona, and I have lived in the West Valley my entire life. I've moved away for like school and different things here and there, but I've spent majority of my life here. I live in Peoria. West Valley girl. Any fun summer plans? Well, we did do some fun stuff, but I feel like we were so lame because first of all, we were sick for like a month, so I feel like that killed a month of our summer, which it goes by so fast, but that made it fly by. I feel like I blinked and it was over. We did do Great Wolf Lodge, and then we did a Prescott stay for 4th of July, so that was really fun. Like my kids, we also haven't been on vacation since we've been married. My kids don't actually know like a true vacation like out of the state, but for them that still counts. Like going to Great Wolf Lodge is a vacation, going to Prescott is a vacation. It's somewhere away from home, and they loved it. They had so much fun. They said that we went camping and went to the water park, so I'm glad that they had fun. They loved it. I am dying to take them to the beach, and I will accomplish it hopefully next year. How do you do it with kids? I have a 1-year-old that gets into everything and makes it impossible. I feel ya, same. I think we can all resonate with that if we have little kids. So how do I do it? I don't know, the same way that you're doing it, the same way that we all do it. We just do it. Like we're all figuring it out. I don't have any pro tips, I don't think. It's just whatever works for you and your family. I try to like separate our day. We go outside a lot, especially, well, in the summer it's hard because it's so hot, but when it's not a million degrees, we're outside majority of the day. And I know this is probably like, this sounds so annoying, but I do try to limit screen time because I feel like it makes their behavior so bad. And to get them out of everything, I put locks on everything. If I can, I will lock it because it's so frustrating when they get into things and break it. I'll use like the magnetic locks. Those are great. How do you deal with situations when sons can be more aggressive with daughter? She will slap them back. She will put them right in their place. We taught her well. They're very aggressive, but so is she. So that's how. She'll just put them in their place. But I do often tell them like, hey, we be gentle with her. And by tell them, I'm like screaming at them, be gentle with her. And I've had to try to teach them like, hey, we gotta be more soft and gentle with girls. Even with each other, they roughhouse all the time. But I love that she does not let them push her around. What workout programming do you use? My own. Again, I used to be a personal trainer, so honestly it's just easier for me to make my own plan and then I can adjust it as I need to. And it saves me money. Oh my gosh, I'm getting so hot. Link to power rack. You're wanting one in your garage gym, also gym mirrors. So the power rack that we have, it's from Rogue Fitness. We saved up forever to get that. It is really nice, very high quality. But the gym mirrors that we have, or pro tip, we just took it, you know, like the sliding mirror doors, we took those off, opened up the closet, and then took those and stuck them on the wall. Amazing. And then it's free and it opens up closet space. But also I've seen people give those away for free on Facebook Marketplace, so keep an eye out for those. You can find them really cheap or free. What's your favorite age stage of your kids growing up? So my oldest is 6.5, so I can't like give too much of a broad answer to that, but I like genuinely love the toddler stage. They're so squishy and they're so sweet and their little baby voices. I love seeing them come into their personalities, and when they're still small enough that they want to give you like squeezy cuddles all the time. Because now like my 6-year-old is like, he's too cool for me. He doesn't want to come give me cuddles all the time, and that makes me sad. And I know people will be like, oh, terrible twos and whatever they call it, the 3, 4s. They have all these like awful names for them. First of all, you're projecting this onto your kids so that they're gonna live up to it. And also, why not just try to like believe the best in it and have fun? I don't know, like of course everyone's gonna have a hard time, but so are you. Are they gonna be saying like, oh, the awful 29s, like I don't know. I'm not gonna name you for how awful you're being, so give them grace, okay? Just like you want some. Financially, is becoming a content creator paying off? Currently a stay-at-home mom, really want to do it. So another one of these, yes, big yes. If you feel drawn to do it, do it. I'm telling you, just show up, be yourself, and have quality content, and you will see it start to take off. And by consistent, I mean like posting every day, if not close to every day. We don't want people who are like showing up 1 week and then taking 4 weeks off or something like that. Like I'm seriously like treat it like a full-time job if you want it to be your job. How do you deal with feeling like your hubby doesn't understand overstimulation? So I feel like sometimes he doesn't, in the sense of like the default parent, like everyone wants you to do everything for them, be everything to everyone. But if he has stayed home with the kids on his own, he will understand the overstimulation. And even if he doesn't have a reason to be home with the kids on his own, make it. Like go take a little trip for yourself or go with the girls for an entire day. Give him that opportunity to see how it is so he fully appreciates you and understands you. I think that'll help your relationship. You'll come home and he'll be like, I'm so sorry you go through that every day. It was really hard. When I left my husband one time with the kids for an entire day, he was like, whoa, I get what you mean by being touched out. How long did it take for you to start earning a living on here? I'm a stay-at-home mom and wanting to start, but I'm scared of judgments. Who cares about the judgments? If you're that scared about their judgments, block them all. I'm not even joking, block them all, start posting. And then maybe when you feel more confident, then you can unblock them. But if you want to actually make money off of it, treat it like a full-time job, start showing up. And there's no better time to start than right now. Because I'm telling you, you're gonna wish that you started 5 years ago. How do you guys decide what toys to keep and what to get rid of? I feel like we have too many. Ugh. Story of my life, same. Honestly, I feel like I judge it based off of, is this open-ended? Like, will they ever use this again? Does it bring value, or is it just like a junk toy? Because there are so many junk toys and I just throw them away. Like, especially when they come home with like little trinkets from school or like a birthday party or Peter Piper pizza, I'm like, trash immediately. We still have way too much. Like, I'm still working on that as well. I'm getting so overstimulated by my hair in this heat, so you're gonna see me fidgeting so much with it. What's your favorite go-to dinner to make for the kids? Chicken nuggets. Lately, it's also expanded to quesadillas or spaghetti. They've also opened up to hot dogs. I always thought I'd be one of those moms that cooks organic meals for them, and they're always trying something new and they're never gonna be picky. Joke's on me. Motherhood is so humbling. I just want them to eat. As long as they eat and they're well fed, I'm happy. What has been the hardest stage of parenting? Personally, and I don't know, I think every kid is gonna be different with this, but there comes a stage usually around like 4 or 5 when they're just like extra defiant and kind of like trying to separate themselves from you in a sense of like their identity, I think. And I read about this, so I felt a little better, because it's very normal developmentally that they become defiant around this time, but then they overcome it and they become happier kids. But it's a hard time because all of a sudden you're like fighting a lot. I feel like it's just a learning curve for both of you and trying to understand like they're growing and they're becoming their own person, and As hard as it is to see, it's also so sweet because they're growing up. Not knowing that when I was going through it the first time, it was really hard on me because I was like, I'm failing him. Like, what is going on? This is not him. And it was a rough, I don't know, maybe like 4 or 5 months, but he got out of it and he's like his normal self, like happy-go-lucky kid again. So I don't know, that's been the hardest so far. But actually, I want to change my answer real quick because the hardest of everything, hands down, is going to be a newborn. Like from the minute they're born to 6 weeks will by far be the hardest part. I don't think anything can top that, frankly. What do you do to your eyelashes? Also, what tan do you use? My eyelashes, I'm wearing Era eyelashes. I'll link them. They are the 10-day do-it-like DIY eyelash extensions. So they go under your real lashes, and like the glue is so good. It really holds up. I sometimes can leave them on for 2 weeks, but that way I just wake up and I'm like, I'm ready to go. I've been living in them for the past 6 months. Whew, I'll never go back. And it does not damage your natural eye. You can get them wet, but they have so many different styles. And instead of paying like $300 for some lashes every month, you're paying maybe like $30 or $40 total. The tan that I use is Bondi Sands. It's the cheaper one on Amazon. I was scared at first because it is cheaper than a lot of other ones, but the quality is the same and it's so good. I'm not wearing it right now because I feel like I get very tan in the summer and I don't really need it, but I wear it throughout the rest of the year. You can't beat feeling fresh and glowy and tanned. What's your typical daily routine with kids? So now that we're back in school, everything is changing up. I'll kind of walk you through like our average day. We will wake up, brush our teeth, get dressed, get shoes on, grab some breakfast, head out to school, and then once school day is over, we kind of like rest, take a little snack break, chit chat, catch up on our day, do homework, do our chores, and if everything has gone well that day, chores are done, then we can have some screen time. Then we do our dinner, then we do our free time where we play, do arts and crafts, whatever they feel like doing that day. And then we start our bedtime routine, and we start bedtime routine at 6:30. We have dinner at 5:30 for school nights because they have to be in bed by 7 or they will not wake up on time. These boys like to sleep in, which so do I, so I can't blame them. So for bedtime routine, then we do brushing teeth, showers if needed that day, read books, and then hugs and cuddles and lights out by 7 o'clock. It does not always go smoothly, but for the most part, yes, I think my kids thrive on routine, which so do I. I've noticed they have way less meltdowns when we actually hold up the routine, especially my middle. He'll go and like check and be like, what's next? Will you have more kids? If my husband had his way, yes, he really wants a 4th and really wants our daughter to be a big sister. No, we're done. It sounds so weird, but I feel like my heart is full. I don't feel a longing for another baby anymore. Like my other two, I was like, yes, like I don't feel that sense of fullness, completion yet, but I do now, and that's how I know for sure we're done. Like the thought of an accidental 4th gives me anxiety, so that's also a big sign. As a beginner, what are some good exercises to do? I feel like if you are like brand new to fitness in general, just walking. Walking will get you so far until you stop seeing results there. Then I would pick up some weights because that's gonna really start to lose body fat a lot faster that way. And once you start lifting weights, then I would suggest pick out some compound exercises with some accessories. If you don't know what that means, look it up. Like pick 1 or 2 compound exercises each time and pick 2 to 3 accessories. There you go, you have a full workout. I do the exact same things for about 6 to 8 weeks, and then I'll switch it up a bit. But if you're not giving your body the chance to acclimate to the same exercises and build strength there, you're not really gonna see progress. So that's why when people do like the pick and choose Instagram workouts, they're not gonna see progress because they're not doing the same thing over and over again to build that strength. What sort of gym equipment do you recommend for postpartum, starting out with a home gym? I feel like the most basic things you need are dumbbells, a mat, maybe a barbell if you want to get fancy, and some bands. And that's it. Like you can do so much with that. You can do so many full body workouts with that. When you get really fancy and into it and lifting really heavy, then get a rack, then get a pulley system. But that's all fancy stuff. You don't need that. Mom of 2 under 2, does it ever feel like Groundhog Days at your house? Yes, it does feel like Groundhog Day, especially when it's 2 under 2. Once school starts, I feel like it shifts and you enter the big kids phase where they're doing different things. life looks a lot different, but I totally understand that when it's 2 under 2 and you need, for me, what I did to keep my sanity is I scheduled everything throughout the week. So like Monday we were going to the library, Tuesday we were going to the splash pad, Wednesday, so like every day had something going on so that I could get out of the house and we knew what was coming. It saved me. Would you ever share behind the scenes? I love the way you film and I'm trying to teach myself the same. Maybe I will consider doing that. Maybe I'll like show you as I'm filming myself for a vlog and then how I chop it up. You have to let me know if you guys are interested in that. I definitely don't feel like I'm a professional of any sort. I feel very remedial, but it gets the job done. How do you keep the marriage alive with him away so much and you solo parenting? So obviously this has changed now, but before we just had to like text and call each other throughout the day and try to check in and make it feel like, it kind of felt like we were like back in the dating stage, like, hey, how's your day? What's going on? And sometimes, I mean, spicy pictures don't hurt either, but I won't lie, it's hard. Like, you feel separated. Know that it's temporary and keep a positive mindset, but it's okay to cry and acknowledge how hard it is. Any tips on finding a side job as a stay-at-home mom? I know there are actually a lot of sites that give tons of ideas, but I feel like finding something that you are actually interested will make you more determined to be successful in it. So find what interests you, think of when you were a little girl, what was really fun for you, and do that again. What made you go viral, or did you gradually grow your following? So I feel like what people don't see is behind the scenes is that you'll be putting in work for so long and then it just takes one video for your account to take off and it will be the most random video and people will be like, wow, you blew up overnight. Like, no, I've been working at this for a long time, but just one video took it off for me. Creators usually grow in chunks, like you'll jump 10K or jump 20K, but then you won't see movement for a long time. It's really frustrating in that sense, but the viral video for me on TikTok was like a fitness one first, and then a random one of me being in a sweaty dress, and then on Instagram it was me holding my newborn baby like just against me and doing a funny voiceover, and it was like horrible quality, but it just took off because people related. But for the most part it's like pretty slow and steady, which is painful sometimes, but I feel like that is a good way to build community because you know they're there for you and for the right reason and not just like a bunch of weirdos. How to be successful in this space? What is a general income goal, if that's okay to ask? Even if like my life is not aesthetic, but I still want to have good quality videos because no one wants to see like gross grainy videos. For me, my general income goal, like I want to bring home at least 100K. Like that's my minimum goal. Ideally, one day I'm bringing home like 500K. That would be amazing. But the cool thing with this is there's no cap. It's unlimited. It's whatever you can achieve, whatever you can dream. Can you speak more on how to survive the grinding phase of life? So I feel like I'm naturally a glass half full kind of person. So I feel like you just have to look at life like, okay, what's coming next? What are we gonna do to get there? Let's plan, let's think, let's be positive. I just feel like you get what you look for. So if you're constantly looking for the bad, or you're constantly thinking negative, bad thoughts, that's what you're gonna find. But if you're thinking really good, positive thoughts and you believe that you're worthy of those things, you'll also find that. If you can't tell, I'm really into manifestation as well. Like I believe the universe gives us what we're looking for, but what we believe that we're worthy of. So I do feel like our mental outlook is everything. What was your journey with the deconstruction of your faith? This is a really big one and a really long answer, so I'll try to give a short, sweet, condensed answer. I grew up in a very high demand religion, and after having kids, I realized that the God that I was taught to believe in isn't a God that I could believe in anymore once I held my own kids, because I was taught like do so many things to earn God's love and check. And I just was like, as a mother, I could never not be with my kids, like no matter what they did. There's nothing that would stop me from loving them and wanting to be with them, and they don't have to earn my love. That was just like a catalyst of it all. There's a lot more like when it goes into the history of things and finding a lot of things out that were hidden or just not presented in the right way. Growing up, I felt kind of shell-shocked. I realized that my own beliefs no longer aligned with what they were presenting. I'll try to keep it short and sweet there. I feel like I don't like to get super into all of that unless people are like also struggling with that. Then I'm like, yeah, like let's go, let's talk one-on-one. But at the end of the day, I really don't care what anyone believes. If it makes you happy and it makes you a better person and gives your life purpose, then I'm all for that. But I'm not for like shaming others, telling people they're wrong, you're right, you're the only ones with the truth, they don't have it, their life doesn't have meaning if it doesn't align with yours. That kind of thinking, it doesn't align with me. We're all doing the same thing. We're all in this life together. We're in a scenic race to the end. Like, actually not a race because I don't want to beat anyone there. But you know what I mean. I just choose to look for the good and be a good person because that's the right thing to do, not because someone's trying to scare me into doing it. But I believe if religion makes you a better person, then I love that for you. If it makes you a more judgmental, mean person, then I don't. But I think that's what makes us all so interesting, is we can believe different things and we can still be friends and we can share our different beliefs and walks of life. Life would be boring if we were all the same. Well, I think that covers all of them. Thank you guys for watching. If you want to see more, please like and subscribe. We'll be doing these weekly now. I'll see you guys next week. Bye.